Hello, people. Welcome to Elder Scrolls Online. greymoor. I actually lost about 30 to an hour and a half worth of content on my main character, Chaos Death, blah blah blah. So let's start off with the cinematic, the opening to greymoor, make a new character, get to where I am for this character. Let's go.
Hey, you're finally awake. We just crossed the border. I've heard strange things have been happening since I was away. Even so, it's good to be back home. Back in Skyrim. It's always something.
These two. Take them to the barrow.
Okay. Yeah. So, going to make the character and make a new character. Ooh, I can't. So I'm just going to. There we go. Node. Let's play the tutorial. This character is just going to be nothing really. I am going to become a vampire, but I'm just going to buy it.
Someone
Okay.
out there? I could use your assistance. I'm quite trapped in here.
Man.
My thanks. Hear me out if you want to escape this place.
Do I have subtitles on? Yeah, I control settings, interface. Um, Subtitles. Um, Camera, audio, maybe. Okay, there we go.
You were on the cart. I saw you before those witches caught us and tossed me in this stone box. Glad you're finally awake. Apologies for my ghastly appearance. I'm not feeling my best.
Where are we?
Our precise location, I can only speculate. Somewhere in western Skyrim, I suppose. I was involved in my own investigation when the Ice Reach Coven Witch attacked. We can escape, but I desperately need your help first.
Help with what?
The witches must have stashed my belongings nearby. Among them is a small flask. I can open the cell door. Once I do, I need you to retrieve that flask for me. I'll be too weak. And until I have it, you're in significant danger.
What do you mean?
I swear, I intend you no harm. If I don't get that flask back, however, my intentions won't matter. Retrieve it, and we'll break out of here together.
Open the door, I will get your flask.
Don't be afraid. This may be jarring, but it's a necessary part of the plan.
What the?
Please, hurry and retrieve my flask.
Okay.
Did you find it? Give it to me. Yes, that's better. Thank you. I could feel my control slipping away. Yes, that was blood. But I swear there's no cause for alarm. Not every vampire is a monster. I'm part of a group that only drinks from willing donors. We regulate the actions of less scrupulous vampires.
What is this group you belong to?
I belong to House Ravenwatch, one of the noble houses of Rivenspire. We adhere to the teachings of our founder, Count Verandis Ravenwatch. We take no blood by force. We help those in need, and we curtail the actions of more hostile vampires.
Western Skyrim is a long way from River Spiral.
We go where we're needed. I was investigating a burial site in Bankurai when I discovered smugglers stealing ancient remains. I followed the trail, ran into the witch, and, well, you know the rest. Now, we need to get out of here.
Do you have a plan for that?
Sort of. I regained enough of my senses when they carried me in here to remember the way out. It's pretty straightforward. I'll guide the way if you defend us from anyone who blocks our path. If we work together, I'm certain we can escape.
Lead the way.
Follow closely. You never know what's wandering around in these old barrows. I wonder why the witches are storing all these things. See if you can find a weapon. I'll grab something more suited to my skills.
Okay. So I need chest and legs. Okay.
That looks dangerous enough. Now come on, this way.
Okay.
out! Ergala still has need of you.
That's the brute who threw us in our cell. We have to get past him.
I'll put you two milk drinkers back in your cage.
The only way out is through him. Also, strike him with a light attack. Hit him again!
Okay.
Hit him again!
Fast, but you can't withstand this.
Don't let his head strike him while he's off balance. Defend yourself! Hit him again! Get your guard! Hit him!
You can block what you can't see.
Wow.
Break free from that stun! Break free, my friend! You can get out of that! Another heavy attack. Press your advantage with a heavy attack. Interrupt that strike! Stop his attack!
Time to end this.
Finish him off so we can... Smell the blood is overwhelming. We should move on.
Okay. Well, let's level up. Health, I guess. I didn't bother to. Anyway, so summon.
More weapons. Grab anything you think might be useful.
Nah.
Giant frostbite spider. Kill it, my friend!
Yeah.
Door ahead. You go first.
Okay. Just want to complete the first quest I've done. Actually, like, on my other character.
Over here. We're almost to the exit. Quick, hide. Look up on the bridge.
As you'll see, the storm's effects will be quite devastating.
As long as everything is ready for the first harvest of Garin, I will be pleased.
Very curious. Let's talk for a moment.
Okay.
That was Ergala, leader of this branch of the Ice Reach Coven. She's the witch who locked us in the barrow. The others take their orders from her. I'm not sure, but I believe he's one of my kind. They mentioned a devastating storm. We need to find out exactly what they have planned.
You
My
want?
apologies, but we're going to have to postpone our escape.
You want to follow those two?
We'll make an investigator out of you yet. I need to figure out how those stolen remains, the Ice Reach Coven, and that vampire are connected. Let's catch up to Ergala and her guest, and see what we can find out.
Okay.
We should be able to catch up with Matron Ergala through here.
Oh gosh.
witches and their servants are everywhere. We could sneak through if you wish to avoid more battles.
Okay. Hopefully.
Look, the sky! What have they done? We must reach that clearing!
Oh, oh, oh. Oh gosh, more people. Yeah, we'll be about to finish the tutorial. Then I do want to finish the first quest. I'm sorry, like if I'm not talking a lot. I don't know what to say because it's just a tutorial.
A door up ahead. Looks like the way up to the clearing.
Yes, so I will make my main character into a vampire, and we will be using vampire abilities.
This place is thick with Coven members. Be on your guard.
I am going to change my main character because he was a warlock. But I'm going to change him into a heavy person. So we can see what skills I will actually put into well, the vampire.
They bear the same symbol as the ones I saw in Banquet.
The Harrow Storm ritual is a thing of beauty, Elgara. I'll be in touch.
No matter, for soon all Skyrim
Kill
will
the god.
fall!
Maybe that will stop the storm from growing.
Your efforts mean nothing. The harvest will succeed.
Okay.
Somehow that pike is involved. Destroy it quickly. You did it. The storm's dissipated.
Okay.
I wish we could have learned more before we killed Matron Urgala. I still don't understand what the Coven has planned. And it's the not knowing that worries me. That's true. And we stopped that storm. My investigations have led to even darker corners, but progress has been made. Here, consider this a stipend from Ravenwatch. For your valuable assistance, of course. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
The Ice Reach Coven's presence in western Skyrim concerns me. But we need to keep moving. The path down is through those doors. Outside, I'll point you towards Solitude. Go to the city and warn them. Whatever the Coven has planned, it didn't end here.
Are you coming with me?
Not right now. Other members of the Raven Watch came here ahead of me. They'll be interested in the vampire we saw, and I need to get word to them. Besides, I want to follow the trail while it's fresh. So it only makes sense that you warn Solitude.
Tell me about Solitude.
We're in the hold of Hofengar in western Skyrim. Solitude is its capital city, and the seat of High King Svargrim. If we can find any help against the Coven, it will be there. Head to Solitude and let the authorities know what happened here.
Alright, I will go to Solitude and warn them about the Ice Reach Coven.
The Nords don't tolerate Reachmen in their territory. Once you warn the gods, I'm sure High King Svargrim will dispatch his troops. The Coven's threat is as good as done. But just in case, I'll tell my fellow Ravenwatch what happened here.
Those aren't from Bacon. You mentioned earlier. What's so special about them?
As I said, my investigation began in an ancient burial site in Bankurai. Drogakin were using similar urns, filling them with remains. Most disturbing, the ash and bones belonged to a dark army that once roamed the land. The Grey Host.
Why were they in their
I
urns?
have no idea. When I stumbled into this nest of Coven witches, I never expected to find a connection to the Drogakin and the burial urns. And that vampire we saw. There's something more at play than we know. We need to find out what.
Goodbye. Okay. Well, let's equip that. All that, why not? Level up. Because this actually doesn't matter for this character.
This way, my friend.
Okay.
The road ahead will take you straight to Solitude. Go. Warn Solitude of the danger. I need to make contact with the Raven Watch.
Okay. So I don't even have a mount. So let's teleport to Rustin Skyrim Solitude.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe.
Wait, what are you giving me?
Information. The Ice Reach Coven. At work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming!
Who's coming? The ones who attacked you?
Don't trust them. Only Lyris. She's...
Hold on.
You there. What did that fugitive tell you? Who are you? Another spy? What did this lying Easterner say to you?
I was about my business and I saw he was injured.
Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafengar Hold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you.
He said something about Ice Beach Coven that works in the West. Do you know anything that means?
Ice Reach Coven? Ridiculous. The only threat to the west are those damn spies from eastern Skyrim, conspiring against our king. Forget whatever nonsense this skeever told you, and be on your way. You hear more talk like his, report it to the guard.
I also came here to warn you about Ice Reach Coven. They're definitely work in the area.
Don't start spreading rumors about Reach Witches. You go panicking the good folk of Solitude, and I'll toss you in a cell. And how is it you know so much about this witch work?
I was abducted by the Coven. I escaped, learning their plans.
And my grandfather killed 12 giants with his bare hands. But at least he had the good grace to string a few of their teeth around his neck before he made the claim. Got any proof? Or do you want to reconsider making a false report, eh?
All I have is my word.
The word of an outsider isn't worth mammoth spit. Keep sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, and you'll wind up just like him. Mind your own business, or you'll find that Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators and strangers.
Goodbye.
Go on. Just remember, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Okay, I'm going to let you guys to, well, read this, anyways. Mount Swill is that new one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I well, did pre-order the deluxe edition. I always do that for all the ESO games. I mean, expansion packs. Sad you can't swim underneath the water. Going to let, if you guys want to read this, go right ahead. Pause the video if you need to. Next location is all the way up here. Okay. I just like the chat. Yes, so I am a on my main character, he is a necromancer. But I'm going to change him into a necromancer warrior, I guess.
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you! I mean it! One step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker!
I'm not here to hurt you. I need to talk to you about Brondold.
I don't know any Brondold. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours.
Brondold is dead. He left me with a handful of papers and a lot of questions.
Dead? Stone's mercy. And I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. I don't even like it here. You'll never see me again.
I didn't kill Rondo. Just tell me what this is all about.
He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice.
Did you see anything out of the ordinary?
The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing. Trying to blend in, but still off around the edges. Same with their horses. Sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager.
What's the Reach?
A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Reachmen and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Reachmen wandering the streets of Solitude, it makes me nervous.
Why does it make that nervous?
You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Reachmen do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back.
You think those men were trying to hide something when they came from? Where they
They'd
came
be
from?
wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
What do you think they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Reachmen would hire Nords, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
What else can you tell me
Flyers.
about them?
They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidic Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them.
So, what are you going to do now?
Take Brondle's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Bron was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm is like that.
Are the people here suspicious of strangers?
We're stuck between the despot of Markarth and the Skald King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way.
Goodbye. So, let's talk to Lettuce Virus Titan Bowl. Wait. I'm going the wrong way already. Well, this is going to be an hour special anyway, so yeah.
what?
Man, Skyrim like 1,000 years ago. Well, Solitude, I should say.
Don't look away.
They say that anyone not killed by the storm at Kilcree turned into a monster.
A fascinating application of the technique.
I'm accustomed to stairs, but I reached my threshold for gawkers a long time ago. Move along. I'm waiting for someone.
Bordone isn't coming. He's dead.
He's what? Damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly.
What is this all about?
We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Follow your lead with what?
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be?
Chaos Doom, Your Majesty.
The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out.
I witnessed some concerning things since I arrived here, Your Majesty.
Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King.
I've countered a coven of the Reach witches operating in your kingdom.
Trouble from the Reach is as common as snow in winter. That will not be enough for Svargrim to accept the help of outsiders. His hatred of Yoren runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris must bring me proof my husband cannot ignore.
We'll find that proof, Your Majesty.
Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoren, and not necessarily in one piece.
Goodbye.
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brondald?
He was fleeing pursuit and gave me a bunch of papers before he died.
Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brondald was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Yoren the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over.
Here's everything I found.
Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brondald thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this?
What do you need me to do?
Brondald mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us.
Okay. Goodbye. Because I should still have the mammoth. Oh yeah, I do. There we go. The mammoth gain. But really, I'm just going to go and have my No. The Death Hound.
I'm not the first Nord from the east to receive a chilly reception at the Blue Palace. Doubt I'll be the last. The Bard's College. Hard to imagine the Skald King spent his youth studying verse in this stodgy old kingdom.
Hey, don't step on the dice. There a reason you're interrupting our game, pork face?
Borden said you might know something about smuggling goods from Sentinel.
Don't know any Brondold. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak.
If you won't talk to me, you can talk to my large friend with the axe.
My friend asked nicely. Talk, or the next thing to roll will be your heads.
Kassala! She handles all the smuggling in Solitude. Her warehouse is on the docks.
That wasn't so hard. Come on, partner. We're done here.
Okay. So, I believe we are almost done for the first quest.
Castle Dower is a monument to the Western spirit. Stony and cheerless. Maybe the new tower will liven up the place.
Oh.
You must be Mog. I have questions.
Questions? Happy to oblige. Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Hey! Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you?
Why would your father send someone to bully him?
Because he doesn't like Mog. But
Mog,
I like Mog.
okay.
Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend?
We wanted to ask him if he saw people putting up the job posting.
Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then, a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though.
You remember anything about this charmer?
His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back since.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let's talk outside, partner. So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with the smuggler first.
Why the smuggler?
We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Kassala's warehouse?
I'm ready. And here we go again. When I first played this quest line, the game basically decided to shit itself.
That's Casala's warehouse. Only one sentry. Let's try not to cause a scene.
Blood and Blaze. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. What a woman. She's even larger than I imagined. No wonder she fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too?
No, just us. We need to see Casala.
Until Casala returns, I'd be happy to keep fair Lyris company in her stead.
Perhaps we could wait inside.
Alas, Casala doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. But we can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. When I have one. Do you know if Lyris is betrothed?
I'm not sure, but you could get your scabbard and she'll be happy to autograph it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me.
Good job with the sentry. You got rid of him and I didn't have to bash him or anything. See if you can pick the lock while I keep watch.
Okay, goodbye. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay.
I knew whoever was poking through our shipments would return. Brought muscle this time, I see.
More than you. Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business.
Okay.
I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after?
Proof of plot against the High King. Can I explain what's in these crates?
A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King?
Oh gosh. What about these reach felters?
Give me that. Tribal crafts my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods. Especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't cursed, is it?
Who hired you to smuggle
No name,
this?
just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for a pickup. Never see the same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? I need assurances.
I'm sure we can work something about.
They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this.
Can you tell me anything else about the Breton and the laborers?
The Breton was sly. Handsome even. Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll.
You never check your cargo?
I'm paid not to ask too many questions. This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That won't happen again.
Goodbye.
Ronald had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose?
Could it have something to do with the ritual I saw the witch perform at the barrel?
The Coven was also perfecting some kind of ritual in Icereach. Something to do with storms. If these fetishes are from Icereach, you may be onto something. Still, why involve the locals? Seems like an unnecessary risk.
I guess we should check out the lodge.
Good idea. Head there while I circle around from the other direction. Maybe I can catch them before they reach the lodge. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner at this point in the investigation.
See you at the lodge.
Give your sentry my best, and tell him I owe him.
Oh, he's gonna get more than an autograph fight.
Okay, time to go to the abandoned lodge. Why the game is shitting itself. So that's always good. This way. Oh gosh, I was just tired. Okay. Not you. Oh god. I definitely need sleep.
A smuggler. I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you.
Oh gosh. You can pause it if you want to read it, people.
Over here, partner. Kilcreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Ice Reach Coven target a local Daedra cult?
The letter said they were ready to start the ritual as soon as they received the shipment.
Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilcreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Warn the priest should I attempt to stop the ritual?
You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means. But don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner. Good luck.
See you at Xenos Temple after you warn the High King.
My friend, a disaster has befallen Kilcreath Temple. Didn't I send you to Solitude? This place isn't safe. The Ice Reach Coven performed a ritual and summoned one of those Hero Storms. Now Kilcreath Temple is crawling with Hero Fiends.
I was sent to warn the temple priest. I'm looking into the coven for Queen Gahel.
I'm sorry, but you're too late. The Coven unleashed their unnatural Hero Storm, and now the entire area is overrun by vampires and Hero Fiends. Still, Meeting you again is fortuitous. We worked well together before, and I could use your help.
There's nothing I can do for the temple
There
priest.
may be survivors who could use your help. And if we can learn more about the ritual that summoned the Harrow Storm, we might be able to determine how to stop them. Or at the very least, we can figure out where they plan to strike next.
What do you need me to do?
I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Harrow fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, I'm not that confident in my combat prowess.
What exactly
the Ice Reach
happened?
Coven performed a ritual that unleashed a Harrow Storm on the temple. It struck without warning and evaporated as quickly as it began. But in its wake, it left behind Harrow fiends. Innocent priests and pilgrims transformed into monsters.
What's a hellstorm?
That's what I heard the Ice Reach Coven call the storm that struck Kilcreath Temple. It's magical in nature. The result of some sort of ritual performed by the witches. I'm still investigating. But I think the Harrow fiends are a byproduct of the storm.
Goodbye. Well, let's get to temple.
Look! A priest of Meridia! Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple.
Not really, because I just want to complete these quests. Oh gosh.
An alchemical residue. That should prove useful.
Okay. Oh, time to head down this way now.
It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting.
And one more. Okay.
Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Oh, there you are.
These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Harrow Storm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them.
Remind me, what did we learn by examining the depleted witch pikes?
I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing residue.
Okay.
It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual.
Okay.
One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple.
Let's check on the pilgrims. Oh gosh.
Strange. They're alive but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items.
Dust and ash.
Did you find anything of interest in the crate?
Oh, the crate was empty except for some dust and ash.
I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart.
Who knows?
Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
Okay, let's head to the temple now. Temple should be up this way, right here. Through this acolyte.
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them.
Okay.
I'll need to perform more tests. But from what we've seen, I believe the storm affects mortals in 3 distinct ways. It kills them, transforms them into harrow fiends, or leaves them mindless. I suppose I'd say it harrowed those poor pilgrims.
Okay. Gotta love the hells. What do we do
I want
next?
to learn more about the ritual and how it produces the harrow storms. And I need to confirm my theories about the storm's effects. I'll start by examining the residue from the witch pike to identify the components used to power the ritual.
What do you need to examine?
My alchemical equipment. It's extremely fragile, so I left it in my pack. I hid it among a copse of trees once I saw all the vampires and harrow fiends. Once I retrieve it, I can find a place to begin my analysis.
Okay. Let's find your pack. Oh.
My equipment.
Yep. Equipment. I think after
Meridia did a lot of good for these poor saps.
after the sack, I think we go back into the temple.
That's close enough, Leech.
Wait! I'm not part of the coven!
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you.
That's furthest of Host Ravenwatch. She's investigating the Ice Reach Coven just like us.
House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too. I spotted a coven witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her.
Ooh, okay. Coven witch.
On the cliff overlooking the temple. Calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first. No offense, Fen. Come on. If we're lucky, the witch is still up there.
Let's meet up there.
Perhaps I could question the witch before you introduce her to your impressive axe blade?
Yeah, let's just go. And great, got to wait for it to spawn.
Not even harrowed. It seems the ritual needs refinement.
Kill her before she can summon another storm.
Willing sacrifices. How nice.
Sacrifice! I'd rather give you my axe, witch.
Then. Oh gosh.
Sometimes I like to lick the blood off my blades.
I hoped you could take her prisoner. No matter. I found something. This way?
Go with your vampire friend. I'm gonna look around here.
Okay. Talk.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter. They exploded. I can sense traces of magicka clinging to the shards that match the energy used in the storm ritual. These other fragments, though.
other fragments.
All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the Harrow Storms. But I'm not sure what was inside the larger vessels.
Okay. That's nice. Larger vessels?
Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger.
Oh.
Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I analyze the witch pike residue, an answer will suggest itself.
Yes. Come to Solitude with us. There might be a place there you can set up your equipment.
Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. Be temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby, but out of the way where I can set up my equipment and work undisturbed. I'll send word when I have something to report.
Okay. Do you have a location in mind?
I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolin's a dying breed among the Nords, a practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the Coven's ritual, it's her.
Okay. What makes old Mojo can help?
Mjolin's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here.
Okay.
At least one who doesn't want to feed our eyes to a harpy.
Where is Morthal?
Western Skyrim consists of 3 holds: Hafengar, Hjalmarch, and Carthald. Morthal is the capital of Hjalmarch. It's located southeast of Solitude, along the River Hjal. Old Mjolin lives in the marshlands nearby.
Have you dealt with anything like this before?
The Raven Watch has had to curtail rogue vampire clans, and put down feral blood fiends on occasion. But I've never dealt with anything like this before. People turning into Harrow fiends, or becoming mindless harrowed. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. Wait, you had to theory about the effects on Hellstone?
Yes, but more research is required to confirm anything. Still, from what we observed here, it appears the Harrowstone produced 3 distinct results in those caught within it. It turned them into Harrow fiends, or harrowed, or it simply killed them.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So, what did your vampire friend discover?
Pharaoh thinks Hearthstones create the Hell Fiends in the Held.
Reach witches summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondel, but it's yours now.
Okay.
Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kilcreath Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with High King Spargrim.
Do you have enough evidence to convince the King and Queen of danger?
The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Spargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful, arrogant, and hard-headed. Even with the Queen's help, there's no guarantee.
Okay. What do we do if High King Spargrim refuses to see us?
I'd like to knock down the palace door, grab him by the throat, and shake him until he listens. That would probably start a war, though, and Yoren specifically asked me to avoid that. For now, let's bring our evidence to Queen Gerhild.
Let's see the High Queen.
If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude.
Why do you think the Ice Reach Coven wants to turn people into hell fiends?
Hey, you and Fenorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes as much sense as anything. As to why, I have no idea. His connection to vampires, though, that's troubling. We should keep Fen away until we get into Svargrim's good graces.
Fenrir is going to seek help from a clever woman near Morthar.
A clever woman? Out here? Nords are extremely distrustful of magic, especially Nords from western Skyrim. I'm surprised the people of Morthal tolerate her presence. If anyone can help Fen figure out the Coven's ritual, though, it would be her.
We should help with the research.
Our priority remains getting an audience with High King Svargrim. We need to convince him that the Ice Reach Coven is a threat to his kingdom, and get him to help us stop them. Let's return to Solitude and present our findings to the Queen.
What's a clever woman?
Clever men and women are Nords with an aptitude for magic, though most use the term to refer to practitioners of the old ways. They're rare. Not the usual adepts found at the Mages Guild. Distrust of magic runs deep in Skyrim, especially out here.
Why do people of Skyrim distrust magic?
Could be that the elves our ancestors fought soured our taste for magic. Or maybe there weren't enough skalds singing about wizards going to Sovngarde. Might be that Nords just prefer their natural talents. Either way, magic isn't popular here.
Goodbye. That Scorch and okay. I am going to recall. Usually I don't recall at all, but well, if we can't. Okay. So I believe we are almost done with the first quest. And Solitude is shitting itself again. And it's back to normal. Go to the blue plap. Oh, I can't even speak. Palace. There we go. Finally can speak.
What is it?
Back to the palace.
One of the Queen's attendants. Let's get inside.
Nope, he's a vampire.
Be strong, Svanna.
Mother! No! No!
Svanna, your father, the kingdom. Watch over.
Mother! No! You can't die! Mother!
Sire, the assassins might return. You must get to somewhere safe.
Have Yoren's lackeys come to gloat?
We came here to warn you, Your Highness.
And yet my wife lies dead.
If you had listened to us...
Like she did. If I determine Yoren had a hand in this, there will be war! Someone take care of my wife!
Father, please. Gods, what a disaster. The Queen's been assassinated and Svargrim still refuses to listen to reason. We need to find a way to set things right.
How did an assassin get that close to the Queen?
Good question. The guards should have been able to handle a run-of-the-mill assassin. This could be connected to the Ice Reach Coven. In fact, I'd wager my axe that it is.
So what do we do now?
Look around. See if you can find any indication of how the assassin got in and out of the palace so easily. Maybe even turn up something that ties the murderer to the Coven. I'll make sure the princess is all right.
I will see what I can find. Shadow glass.
Svanna's taking this pretty hard. I suppose most daughters feel close to their mothers. Not that I'd know, I never knew my mother. Sorry, don't mind me. Did you find anything that might lead us to the assassin?
Sorry, that person coming right to us. I found this medallion nearby, beneath the broken medallion. Oh
I've
gosh.
seen these medallions before. On the Reachman near Kilcreath. And I saw them on the witches in Ice Reach. The assassin definitely seems to be in league with the Coven. But can we get Svargrim to believe that and accept the danger he's in?
The High King seems pretty angry to me.
Svargrim has every right to be angry. He watched his wife die right before his eyes. But he's the High King. He doesn't have the right to be stupid. Time to make Svargrim confront some hard truths. Come on, the Sword Thane led the king upstairs.
Lead the way. Well, this is the end.